We'll get calls sometimes from people who have been arrested for DWI and they've had no alcohol. They are alleged to have been driving under the influence of some kind of drug. It could be an illegal drug, but really commonly it's a prescribed drug. And they are often very shocked. They did not even know that that was a possibility. Many of them are taking their medication exactly as prescribed by their doctor, so they don't think there's any issue. So it can often be a very shocking experience for them. In meeting with those clients, first of all, I want to know, why were you taking the medications? Because typically medications are prescribed to fix something. Something's going on. Maybe they're a chronic pain patient, maybe they have some mental health challenges, maybe they have ADHD. There are reasons they're taking the medication, so I want to know what those reasons are. I would like to, decrease their stress if possible, and talk about the likelihood that the state's actually going to be able to, prove to a jury that they were intoxicated on this medication, and that is often very challenging for the state to do. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to drug DWIs is that first of all, when they're speaking to the officers at the scene, is giving them way too much information about their medical history. There is a big push nationally to prosecute drug DWI cases. There's a lot of money being funneled into it through NHTSA and training police officers to try to recognize signs of drug impairment. So don't think, I'm not going to call a lawyer because I have nothing to worry about. They're not going to charge me, because they are going to charge you. If you're charged with a DWI that involves drugs as the intoxicant rather than alcohol, you need an attorney that actually knows something about pharmaceutical science, because they ought to be able to look at your medication list, look at the drug analysis that comes back from the lab, and be able to draw some conclusions about what the state's ability is to prove this case. If you're charged with a DWI that involves drugs as the intoxicant rather than alcohol, then you definitely need to contact an attorney. You're still facing the same possible ramifications on your driver's license that if you were charged with a DWI with alcohol. You're still looking at the possibility of probation or possible jail sentence on the case. And we also offer financing options. So you don't know what you can afford until you sit down and find out what the whole cost is of hiring an attorney for this kind of charge.